Oh my god, this is the largest colony we ever got here on Esthetic Ants. These meat ants can devour everything in their path. Be aware, because this video will be intense. Welcome to Esthetic Ants, where today we are doing something insane, picking up and installing a massive ant colony. Due to a very successful season, we sold out on a lot of our show colonies at the Esthetic Ants store. We thrive to have a beautiful display for visitors, so they can see some ant colonies they can only dream of. Our Chromatogossus scutellaris colony has been a favorite for a long time, but most people find the ants small and thus not interesting. So, with some empty space, it was time to expand big time. Luckily, Henry, a famous ant keeper in the hobby, had a colony for sale, and with Google Maps estimating a 1.5 hour drive, it was well worth it. With the ant fan, it was time to hit the road. Sadly, the Dutch weather showed its most beautiful side, and the trip was far from relaxed. Luckily, in the end it cleared up and the road was good to go. Arriving at Henry's place, I was amazed by all the colonies he had. Many exotics and all in thriving conditions. His setups were really interesting, and you could tell he's a very caring and passionate ant keeper. With the ants loaded and strapped in, it was time to head home. Upon arrival and after unboxing the ants, I got a glimpse of what I got myself into. This massive colony was big, really big, and in need of a new setup. The colony was in A+ condition and everything looked very good. Although I knew what awaited me the next day. It was time to move the ants. Luck was on my side as one of my friends came to help me out. First, we assembled an XXL Outworld. Then it was time to decorate it. First, the hardscape.
Fresh in the store, ancient ruins that are 1995. That if you buy, you're probably the first one, because nobody wants.
Once we knew what layout it was going to be, it was time for the substrate. After putting in a thick layer, it was time to put all the pieces into the Outworld. Then we tossed in the first batch of ants. Holy moly, they are everywhere. Almost a ball of water, but made up from ants. You can really see their beautiful coloring. Many people probably won't appreciate the technique we use to move these ants, but it is really the only way. After we put 1/4 of all the ants in, I decided to connect the nest. Maybe if they started to move early, we would have more space in the Outworld. Or so I thought. Because I'm a true professional, connecting the tubing was easy and there were no escapees. It did not take long before the first ants started exploring. Then the hardest part is the nest. They were bolted shut, and to remove the screws, you have to hold the bolt from below to unscrew. We used big plastic bins covered in fluon, but this was a challenge. These ants can bite, and they bite hard. We had to stop constantly to wipe them from our hands and arms. The nests were completely covered in brood. It was insane. To make sure all our work wasn't for nothing, we secured the queen first and safely placed her in the new Outworld with tweezers. It looked rough, but this is by far the safest way. And besides that, by now we may have moved 100+ large colonies already, so we know what to do. My friend got bitten so much we needed to apply some painkiller. It becomes very itchy and burning. This colony is hard to move, that's for sure. Nest by nest we cleared out the ants and poured them into the Outworld. Every time a liquid ball of ants would form. Luckily this does not hurt the ants, and we kept the area quite well ventilated to ensure nobody would gas themselves. Our castle is completely covered in ants and brood. What a sight. With half of the ants in the Outworld, it looked extremely full. With this many ants, I decided to attach 4 XL white tongue nests. One was full very fast. A day later it was time to move the other half of the ants. Yes, this whole operation already took 3 days and we're not even done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Opening the nests, then brushing off all the ants. It was a lot of work, but well worth it in the end. With one final pour, all the ants of the Iridomyrmex colony were finally in the Outworld. We did it, with limited casualties and nearly saving all the brood. Personally, I have been very happy with the way it went, and special thanks to the people who helped me pull it off. Some close-ups of the ants with the first entry into the new world. This is the setup roughly 1 week later. Most of the ants have moved inside the nests, but they're not full yet. A lot of ants have decided their outworld is the nest, and I suspect many ants are hiding underneath the bark. Feeding ants in an outworld when there's that many isn't possible, so I attached an XL outworld to the setup. The tube was too stiff, so first I put it in hot water. This trick is still the best, and if you don't do it first, you are making things so much harder for yourself with no reason at all. Attaching it went very smooth after. To lure the ants into the new outworld, I put 3 jellies. It did not take the ants long before they found it. Next to that, it was finally time for their main protein source, chicken. Yes, these ants apparently eat a whole chicken breast every week, along with insects, jellies and sugar water. It will be a challenge to keep up with their appetite, but we will see. They seem to enjoy the chicken, so let's leave that in for now. We will end this video with some close-ups and shots of the ants. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, we would appreciate it if you would leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.